What's up, you guys? It's Susan Morad right back here on Clever News. And this week's episode of Riverdale has fans extremely confused about the 7-year time jump, when the show actually takes place, and how fast time is moving. Let's get into it. Riverdale fans know that the show has always been a little vague when it comes to time. The vibe is often very 1950s, and the fashion sometimes matching this era as well. But at the same time, they all have smartphones, and there are plenty of modern pop culture references. Then, randomly, items like VHS tapes and VHS players are significant parts of the storyline, which is confusing because who has blank VHS tapes lying around these days? Also, do VHS players even work? So we've always just assumed that the show is pretty much in line with modern times, just with a throwback aesthetic. Then last week's episode seemingly confirmed this when Cheryl Blossom opened up a time capsule from the class of 1945 on its 75th anniversary. With some simple math, we were able to figure out that 1945 plus 75 equals 2020, meaning the Riverdale characters graduated in 2020. And this makes sense given the characters were sophomores in season 1, which aired in 2017. We're all good so far, right? Well, buckle in because season 5 is currently airing and the highly anticipated time jump officially started this week. Fans have been waiting for this 7-year time jump for months now. We've been excited to see what the characters' lives look like 7 years after their time at Riverdale High. There's been rumors swirling around for a while about what each character will be up to, so fans are extremely eager to see it all start to play out. And a teaser trailer for what the crew is up to 7 years later dropped earlier this month. But there was one moment in Wednesday night's time jump episode that got people talking. Veronica Lodge, aka Cami Mendez, was talking to her husband Chad Gecko. They were celebrating their 1-year wedding anniversary and discussing Veronica's desire to get back to work on Wall Street. But there was one major issue with the conversation. Have a listen and see if you catch it.
It's 2021, Chad. Haven't you heard? Women can have it all now.
I don't want you to be unduly stressed.
I'm not stressed.
Okay, well, Veronica may not be stressed, but now I am, because in that clip she just said it's 2021. And as we noted, the show made it pretty clear in the last episode that the characters graduated in 2020. So how could it be 2021 after a 7-year time jump? And how would Veronica already be celebrating her 1-year wedding anniversary? We didn't even know of their relationship in what was supposedly 2020. This whole situation posed a lot of confusion and questions for fans. One person tweeted saying, "Wait, I thought the teens graduated in 2020, Riverdale. According to Veronica, it's 2021, which would make no sense since that would mean it would only be 1 year after they graduated. And it's supposed to be a 7-year time jump, which would mean it would be 2027. Another fan shared this meme writing, "Veronica, it's 2021, Chad. Me remembering the 7-year time jump." This person added, "Well, Veronica just confirmed it's 2021 post-time jump, which means the past few seasons took place from 2010 to 2013, which is just wrong, Riverdale." And Cosmo writer Leah Thomas agreed, writing, quote, "Is this a gaslighting? Are you trying to make me believe that Riverdale has been taking place in 2011 to 2014, aka the recent past, this whole time?" Leah also pointed out that in season 2, the characters go see the movie Love, Simon in theaters, which came out in 2018. Some others wondered if Veronica was saying 2021 was a hint that time in Riverdale moves at a different speed than in the real world. I mean, hey, we've definitely seen weirder things happen with this series. And if you spend enough time looking at the time and trying to figure out what era Riverdale takes place in, well, you'll realize that it doesn't really matter. The outlet Decider pointed out that in the season 3 episode, The Midnight Club, all the parents were juniors in high school in 1992. However, later in that same season, Jughead's dad, FP Jones, is turning 50 years old. Assuming FP was either 16 or 17 in 1992, like most high school juniors, that means the show would have been taking place in 2026 or 2027 at that point. So it doesn't really seem like we're going to get to the bottom of the confusing Riverdale timelines, but it also doesn't really matter if you just take the show at face value. Showrunner Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa agrees that yes, the show is a little confused about what year it is. He said, quote, "Yeah, we're definitely in a time paradox. I think it would have been less jarring if we'd had the organic season break. But yes, the show's timeless, so that's what we're hanging on to be honest. Like yes, if you really analyze, it is like we're either in 2028 or we've been 7 years in the past. There's a discrepancy there for sure. If Veronica says it's 2021, it's 2021, and we've got to do our best to try to forget that in that last episode it was 2020 and there was supposedly just a 7-year time jump. To which Roberto says, yes, she says it's 2021, but I think in the graduation episode it was also 2020. There's a discrepancy there for sure. Clearly, it's challenging for the showrunner, and I know it's challenging for me too. We'll keep you guys posted as this season continues to unfold if we find out any more info on what time period Riverdale takes place in. But my best advice is to not lose any more sleep over it. And if you want more on Riverdale and what to expect this season, click right over here for another clever video. Then be sure to let me know your thoughts on all of this timeline messiness and if you have any answers in the comments section below. I'm your host, Susan Morad. You can find me on Instagram at Susan_Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.